show. Is it a sandwich? If I called a hot dog a sandwich, do you think that you'd be fine with it? If not, then why? Let's bust this wide. Mary, Carrie, Kelly, Matt, oh my, is it a sandwich? Well, let's decide.
A whale of a podcast for a whale of a day. Participating podcast platforms have Fudgy the Whale. You know that beautiful whale ice cream cake from Order Up. And now Fudgy comes with his own ocean. That's right. What self-respecting whale goes on land without his own ocean? Now in a beautiful gift tray. If you'd like to send Fudgy to a friend in the Northeast or in Florida, please sign up for Order Up.
Oh my gosh, I have always wanted a Fudgy the Whale. Yep. I feel like that's the closest I would get as a Canadian to a Fudgy. Thank you, Matt.
Oh my.
Oh, listeners, welcome to Order Up. This is episode 4 of season 6. Oh my gosh, that is just the best way to start it. Carrie, let's get into a car to Buffalo and get a Fudgy the Whale.
Let's do it, man. I always coveted that stupid thing and
oh my gosh,
always loved those Carvel commercials, and I've never had it.
I know.
We gotta go.
I have yet
Carvel.
Carvel.
I was just going to say, the only thing that's better than Carvel is Lena Potemkin.
What's
I am Lena Potemkin from Potemkin Cadillac.
Val Landsburg, everybody, is joining us in the studio today.
Oh my God!
Today, we're so glad to have Val here. We're gonna get to chatting with her in a minute. But friends, Mary, Carrie, Matt, how is your day so far?
Well, I have to give big kudos to Matt because I got to tell you, Fudgy the Whale sounds like a combination mob boss and a Boston mayor. I mean, I don't know where he's from, but I want him to handle all of my issues. Fudgy the Whale. You know, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little scared of your Fudgy the Whale. I think he's a big time negotiator. I don't know. I think it was great.
Hey, Fudgy, he might give you delicious treats. He might whack you. You don't know.
Yeah. So I'm good. I'm good here in beautiful Los Angeles on a fall day. So yeah, we're good.
Nice. I would now love to see like a South Park with Fudgy the Whale, Breaking Bad style.
Oh my! It could happen.
Friends, as we do each week on the show, we start off with some fun food facts. Matt, or maybe Fudgy the Whale, what do you have for us today?
Fudgy takes a lot out of me, so no more Fudgy for today. But NASA reports one of the most missed foods on missions is ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So the other two being pizza and soda, so it's nice to know astronauts eat like I do. Now, to deal with this, NASA commissioned Whirlpool Corporation. Yep, the people who make the dishwashers. They commissioned them to create freeze-drying processes which could be used during the early NASA missions to create astronaut food, including freeze-dried ice cream. Compared to regular ice cream, it can be kept at room temperature without melting, but it has a more of a chalky, chalk candy consistency. It's quite brittle. And once bitten into. Also, it's been described by astronaut Mike Massimino as disgusting, and it was hated by the astronauts. So even though
money
it was
well spent,
that's the tax dollars at work.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was listed on the Apollo 7 menu, it wasn't sent up because it was described as being more closely related to building material than food. That said, in the 1970s, regular ice cream was sent to Skylab and is a frequent treat in the freezer on the International Space Station. It was also sent up on the space shuttle, and this makes me wonder on the ISS, when the freezer goes on the fritz, do they just stick it outside like we do in Canada? But yeah, so that is my trivia for the day.
Oh man, Carrie, have you ever had the freeze-dried ice cream?
No, I've seen it when we go to the Science Center. They sell it in the gift shop, and I've been curious, but I've never been tempted. How about you, Kel?
I have for years wanted to have it,
Okay.
and that and a Carvel Fudgy the Whale, but that's on my bucket
We'll
list.
do a little field trip.
So-
I'll save you the trouble on one of those two. I have friends who gave me astronaut ice cream, and it was one of the most disgusting things I've ever put in my mouth.
Mary,
Okay.
making a face. Have you had it?
Oh, no. I no. No, no thanks. There's many rules they break with that astronaut ice cream. It's not okay. So
Mary and her food rules. Yes.
Yeah. No.
They need to do freeze-dried soda.
No.
What?
I think
That's called
They
a
should.
slush.
I-
It's a slush, no?
I don't
Freeze
know,
dried
like-
doesn't necessarily mean
Oh.
with ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
feel like that should be a thing.
Hmm.
Like a chip.
I'd say suck the moisture out, so it'd just be like soda powder.
Ew.
it'd be like drinking Ovaltine without the milk. That doesn't sound good at all.
All right, everybody. I think we should get started. We are off to the moon and beyond, just with no freeze-dried ice cream. This is episode 4 of Order Up. All right, Mary, who is our guest today?
Our guest is an incredible lady, everybody. I'm going to do this large bio, and we'll see if we use it all, but I'm going to say it. So here we go. Although she has a very large body of work, with 35 years working as an actor, director, and writer, most of the world knows Valerie Landsburg as Doris Schwartz from the television series Fame. She became a globally recognized star in a role that moved deeply into the hearts of people young and old. She performed with her castmates for the sold-out reunion concert in Salzo Maggiore Terme, I hope I pronounced that right, Italy last December. Having resided mostly on the other side of the camera from the last 20 years, Valerie is completing her indie feature Offer & Compromise with Tom Cavanaugh, Bellamy Young, and Bailey Madison. Her short film Trixie's Score was picked up by Shorts International. As a writer and director, she penned Belters for Profile, Films America, An Unexpected Gift for the Hallmark Channel, which I saw, and Norwegian Wood, a teen comedy for Kinetic Arts, as well as directing the action thriller Bound by Lies with Christy Swanson and Stephen Baldwin. Her other work as an actor includes multiple roles as television series regular on the recurring role, as well as multiple movies made for the small screen. She made her film debut in the disco classic TGIF. She appeared on Broadway in Neil Simon's I Ought to Be in Pictures, Off-Broadway in Surviving Grace, and Woody Allen's The Floating Light Bulb. Let's say that again. Woody Allen's The Floating Light Bulb. She is a longtime improviser and performs yearly at the Groundlings Theater with various groups. Valerie has worked as an on-set coach for both actors and directors. She travels extensively, teaching as an adjunct faculty member at UCLA, she taught me there, Rockport College, and guest lecturer at the University of Southern Maine and the University of Central Florida. She created Masterclass for Euro Disney and has just joined the international faculty of the Asian Academy of Film and Television in New Delhi, India. She consults independent business professionals both inside and out the entertainment industry. She lives in a 600 square foot loft on the coast of Maine, a photographer and singer, songwriter, musician with gold and platinum records for her work and fame, and is now preparing to record her second CD, Firebrand. Grown Up still sells worldwide. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Valerie Landsburg.
And that's the show, everybody.
This is the really impressive part about ADD, you know.
Oh my gosh. That is an impressive bio, woman. So many things.
And it's actually old. It's terrible. No, I'm like, it's very exciting to now have Medicare. And I turned 65 this year.
Ooh, muzzle tough. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Well, welcome. We're very excited that you're here.
Thank you.
Should I tell my little Valerie Landsburg story now, Mary?
Please,
What do
yeah,
you
before
think?
you get to the questions, yeah.
So, Val, when I heard that you were coming on our show, I was super excited. Fame was like a huge, huge influence on me as a kid. And you in particular were a huge influence on me. And I started thinking about that, going, wow, that's really cool. Then I remembered a very specific episode where one of the characters lost his hearing and you were signing. You were using sign language. And didn't think much about it back then. Do you know what I do for a living now when I'm not working as an actor and a writer? I am a teacher of deaf and hard of hearing kids. I'm a specialist teacher of deaf and hard of hearing kids. And I really think that watching you sign as a 14-year-old was hugely impactful for me. And I think it actually led to my career. I've been teaching for 26 years. And just seeing that on TV as a kid going, wow, this is fascinating. And then I became a teacher of the deaf.
Well, what happened is that Children of the Lesser God was on the street next to us with Iota Bean Pictures. So I was allowed to go one block, go downstairs where the rest of the understudies were, and we would just all hang out because they had this really big basement. It was very far below the stage. And so that's where I learned how to sign. Because, there were all the deaf understudies. Yeah. And so that was Ron and Juliana Feld and all those people. So that's where I learned how to sign.
Well, I'm so
we would
glad.
have parties, Yeah.
And I
would be the hearing person.
And did you either write or direct that episode? I think I remember something about that.
I wrote with Michael Hoey. Yeah. We wrote the episode, and my friend Jackie Roth, who had was the understudy for Phyllis Fralick.
Okay.
She played that role.
That's fantastic.
She played that role. So yeah.
Anyway, thank you for my career. And
you're welcome. Glad you've done it.
Yeah. Yes. And I have a pension, so it's great. Thanks so much. But now, despite the huge bio, we're going to totally put all that aside. We're going to ask you very important questions now about ice cream. Are you ready, Val? Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Question 1. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
My favorite flavor was, until 15 years ago, when I became allergic to chocolate. For no reason. And it was chocolate chip. Okay. Chocolate chip. That was my favorite ice cream. So now, because I can't have chocolate chip, I just have vanilla.
Okay. So that's just a classic. Just the classic vanilla.
Classic vanilla.
Okay. Mm-hmm. This is a multi-part question. Have you ever made your own ice cream? Let's start with that. Have you ever made your own ice cream?
No, but I've watched people make their own ice cream.
Oh, like in person?
In person.
Okay. In person. Why have you not taken the plunge?
I don't know. It was probably a mechanical issue. It was like I was going to have to read an instruction booklet.
Yes.
And so, but my friend Steven made this buttercream vanilla ice cream that was unbelievable. Best I've ever had.
Oh my gosh.
Best I've ever had. Like really right. Good. You just want to go like right out of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this leads into my next question, which may be the answer for your friend Steven, but who makes the best ice cream you've ever had, aside from Steven?
The Italians.
As a monolith.
Fudgy Whale approves.
Across the boards. I had been sugar-free for 2 years. I went to Italy. I got 1 scoop of gelato. And I had the whole thing, and I was like slurring by the time I was done. I was like, "This is the best ice cream anybody's ever had." The Italians.
Okay, so
I find gelato is. I like ice cream. I find gelato just elevates it. There's just something. Just
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Toronto friends, I don't know if you know this, but I have a very good friend who owns a really good gelato restaurant here in Toronto. So maybe we'll have to do a little field trip over there and get some gelato over there.
I have a question though.
Yes.
Yes.
a gelato restaurant.
Yeah.
Like we're not talking like a rest. Like that's a lot. That's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So,
Or we did.
Mayor, I'm going to tell you, he has a lot of gelato. He has very, very good coffee and fancy coffees and things, but he does
Okay.
now have a full menu. They have a brunch, they have lunch, they have pastry. It's a small little place. They are known for their gelato, and they're known for really wacky flavors. Like during harvest time, they'll do like a roasted corn. At Passover, if anyone's familiar with the holiday of Passover, there's a thing we make called haroset, which is like walnuts and apples and honey all mixed together. He makes a haroset
Oh,
gelato,
delicious.
Yes.
kind of seasonal stuff, but just it's amazing. Yeah.
I think it's like the drink mixing thing. I think it's like look like mustard ribbon. That could be like an ice cream flavor. And every right,
Yeah.
like just sriracha.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Right. Spicy ice cream.
That's a thing, actually, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
people say,
Everything is,
yeah.
Karen,
Yeah.
everything is a thing now. Everything is a thing.
Everything is a thing. I'm going to get a t-shirt with that made. Everything is a thing. You people exhaust me. Okay.
Yeah.
Val, toppings or no toppings?
In the earlier days,
Mhm.
toppings, only chocolate, sprinkles, enormous amounts on top of the vanilla ice cream.
And now nothing. Now just plain
Nope.
would be preferable.
Now just plain, it's just vanilla.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, well, that's okay. We don't judge.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, we
Yep,
judge
yep.
a little, but it's okay.
Yep.
Now, this is the big question. This is what our season is sort of cornered on this
Mhm.
this season. When it comes to ice cream, are you a fan of the cup or the cone?
All right, but let's get very specific now.
Mhm.
Okay, so I can never remember what the different names are for the dark cone that ends with a point like a dunce cap over your head.
I call it
Sugar
sugar
cone.
cone. Yeah,
Sugar cone.
That's the sugar cone. What
Yes.
is the other cone called?
There's a regular cone and a waffle cone. So there's like 3 types
it's
of
like-
cones.
Okay, so there's a waffle cone. Okay, so I like that one. I like the one that I just said. And the reason that I like it is because what you're doing with that when you get the ice cream is you're consistently pushing with your tongue to get every bit of ice cream down the farthest point of the cone so that when you get to that moment when it's all in the cone, you have a bite of cone with every bite of the ice cream.
Wow.
Ta-da.
This is like poetry and science. We're learning so much.
And tongue exercise, which is
Yes.
another. You
And
really
fitness.
have.
Yeah.
You just have to be doing that. You have to,
There's a lot happening here on Order Up today.
a lot happening.
Fitness
Gosh.
and science and culinary advice.
I love it. And with that answer,
Yep.
it's not even a race. This is cone all the way this season.
Yes.
I will say, Val, I am playing for both teams this season. I am cup, I am cone, just depending on where I am. So Rob, who was on episode 1, him and I are also both on the fence. So this is full cone.
Okay,
feel like-
but I think this is full cone, but let's face it, you can't eat the cup.
No.
Yeah.
Can you?
And like in the last episode,
Yeah.
there was the very first cone was a cup.
Oh, right.
It was a waffle shape, like kind of a waffle cone scenario, but it was a cup.
I do
as
buy
opposed to an
waffle
actual cone.
bowls. I buy waffle
Yeah.
bowls for my kids.
Was this like a wood burning cup? Was this from like another time period?
It was from the 1880s. 1880s. So
It was
like
actual
a steampunk
food.
cup. Yeah.
No, I'm with Val, particularly with the sugar cone. Like that is my cone of preference, even more than a waffle cone. I love a sugar cone.
Yeah.
I can also become somewhat incensed when the cone has been made and they've accidentally gotten paper inside of that fold in the cone, and then you hit that, and it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You know,
What are we doing here?
how does this happen?
What are we living in pioneer days? People can't fix this. Jesus.
Yeah, it's not. Well, and I'm perimenopausal, so I'll eat all of that and then realize,
Yeah.
oh, that's
Same
all
here.
right. It's
Yeah.
got to be, it's probably vitamin K that I need anyway. So
I'm
we're all
fully
right.
menopausal, and I
I once ate a fortune cookie with the fortune still inside it.
no.
I understand.
Did it come
No, I
I
true?
understand.
Because you ate
That
it?
would have been great. That would have been great.
Edible fortunes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So this has been amazing. I'm so glad Cone is winning because that's my choice.
Yay.
Yeah, we like Cone.
I love Cone. And Valerie now lives in a place that I visit quite often that has some of the best ice cream in the world. All right, maybe I'm lying, but I have to, I do. There's some great places in Maine. But what if people want to find you? Where can they go? And also, what do you have coming up? What can we see you in and all that?
Yeah.
Gosh, what do I have? I have for the last I've been here for 10 years now.
Mhm.
And for the last 5 years, I've been building a real estate empire.
Oh.
Right now I'm working on a project. It's an 18,000 square foot building. And it has inside of it the completely intact 1836 Baptist church.
Oh my God.
And it is surrounded by it's a very odd building, and we are turning it into a wedding venue, music venue, and other parts of the building will become other pieces of this. And it's a big project, and it's the biggest project that I've done here. I have a couple of other projects that I did here. And that's like really what I do. Most people, it's like who aren't old, aren't old like me, have no idea that that's what I did at some point. But no, it's, and you know what? Building buildings and doing this is like making movies.
Mhm.
I made Love and Debt, which is still on, it's on Amazon. Tom Cavanaugh, Bellamy Young, Yardley Smith, Ed Marinaro, Daryl Chill Mitchell. It's a great movie. It's on Amazon. And, but it's like, it's just like making movies. It's every day. It's another expensive surprise. Every other day you're going, what?
Oh my God.
Really? What? No. So that's but it's good. I actually love it. I've now learned all about renovating houses that were built in the late 1800s, and yeah,
Wow.
Fun
That's so
fact.
fascinating.
Fun fact: up until about 20 years ago, the best insulation was still horsehair, plaster, and lath.
And what?
Wow.
What was the most insulating? Horsehair,
Yeah.
real horsehair, plaster, and lath. It's the little slits that just go like this,
Oh.
wood slats, and plaster goes in through them against the horsehair.
Oh my
And
gosh.
literally till about 20 years ago, that was as good as you got inside a house.
I wish they had some of that in California because it's cold, even with the heat on.
It is.
All right.
It is cold. No, it is
Say
cold.
hello from Canada and Maine. Oh,
I know. I'm sorry.
No,
Poor man.
Carrie, what's the
Yeah.
temperature where you are now? What's the temperature where you are now?
Maybe about 3 degrees. It's actually not bad.
So it's about
Celsius.
38,
Let me
40.
see. Let me
About
check.
40
Yeah.
Fahrenheit today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do
it's
we got?
exactly 3 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
No.
But you double it and add 30.
Double it and add 30. So 36.
36.
Okay,
30.
we got 38. So the
Ooh.
first winter I was here, I woke up one morning and I picked up my phone and it said 0. This was like my first year here. It said 0 and I went like, I shook my phone. I was like, it's broken. It's not registering. What?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Celsius is a thing. You get used to it. I kind of like the using sort of metric or whatever it's called, Celsius for
Oh,
weather.
come on. It's like a bitch with a washing machine. It's like you go and you just go, what do you mean? What do you mean? I can't figure out
Like
what this is.
0 is so clear. 0 is freezing. And if you're below that, it's super frickin' freezing. And if it's above that, you can go out without a hat. Like, it's simple.
And if you're from Toronto, if it's above 0, you can get away with shorts because we're
Oh my
crazy.
God.
I
about
saw
that.
a guy with shorts like 2 days ago.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
dude, what is your problem?
My dad is a ski instructor, and it would be like, -1, -2, and he'd be out there in like
yeah.
shorts and stuff. And
Oh
I'm
my
like, yeah,
gosh.
you're just
I
showing
love
off at this
Toronto.
point.
I love Toronto.
So
So
I get
come
that.
visit.
I love Toronto. It's like a friend of mine said to me, it's like if New York were run by the Swiss.
Right.
Oh,
And another accurate description that I saw on 30 Rock was, it's like New York, but without all the stuff. So,
Without all the
which is also accurate. It's like New York dialed to 4.
That's true.
And Portland, Maine's like baby Boston.
yes.
It's like mini Boston.
Oh, that sounds nice. We should do
Lot
a
of
road
time
trip
there.
there. We should, while we're road tripping, we should
Go
go.
to our venue.
Okay.
I'm 6 hours from Quebec City,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm 5 hours from Montreal.
My
Oh,
hometown.
And
perfect.
come on down.
All right, we're gonna go
we
visit.
got
Val.
to. We got
Come
to.
down to Maine. I love it.
There's no excuse. It's a 5-hour ride. There's no excuse.
I have a car, guys. Let's go,
We can
man.
do that. We can get
Yeah.
Smudgy the Whale. I am
Yeah.
hooked on this now. You know what? I just thought of another show idea. The Sopranos, but starring Fudgy the Whale.
Yes.
Animated
It's gotta
show?
be.
Yeah,
gotta
be,
or people in costume. That's also good.
Well, there has to be
A
the
lot of special effects.
walk down the driveway with somebody holding.
Wait,
Fudgy the Whale.
just a moment for just a major icon, for the passing of a major icon, Marty Croft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
See?
Like that was a whole world.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Wild. Oh my
We gotta
God.
do it. We could do it.
We could do this.
Okay,
I think
people.
it's time. So
Val,
so
this
Val,
has been amazing.
This
it has been amazing. But I realize now you are a real estate mogul among your other credits. But if Fame fans want to find you, how do they do that?
They come up to Rockland. Come to Rockland, Maine. You come up to Rockland, Maine, and then you go into the Rock City Coffee and you say, "Has Valerie been in yet today?" And then that's how we do it. And yeah, I mean, it's like, so I've had friends come up and they just went into Rock City and go, "Does anybody have like Valerie's phone number? Does anybody like, do you know where she is right now?" At some point it'll be my turn to be the mayor. It's like, it was like the later days of Laverne and Shirley.
Oh my
where
God.
they would just go, "Do you have a friend? Is your cousin coming in? Would they like to direct the show?" It's good. It's good. I love where I live.
That's
I
awesome.
love my town.
But truly, if they wanted to see what you're doing, can they
Like
just go
social media.
online?
She wants to
Like
know about
social media.
No, go to my Instagram.
Okay.
V Landsburg. That's what it is. It's the same thing on Facebook. You can see my cats. You can see my endless pictures of the cats. And Remington and Winchester, that's the names they came with. I decided not to change them. They were 6 months old. I didn't want to have to send them to therapy. So I have them, and they this is their apartment. I subsidize it, and my partner, my second act, lives 4 blocks away from me. He's also named Jim. First husband, James. Second partner, 17 years, Jim.
Not confusing at all. Yeah.
And I met Jim in 7th grade.
wow.
That's so cute. So my first husband is Mike, and I'm currently married to Mark, who I met in high school, but married many, many years later. So very similar.
Yep, there you go.
And my father often gets the name wrong when he's talking to me.
No.
Yeah. And I just let it slide. It's all good.
Gotta let it slide.
Yeah.
Oh man, this has been great, Val. Thanks, listeners, for tuning in. This has been episode 4 of Order Up. We'll listen to you next time.
Hello,
So, person on the street, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Sure.
Excellent. What is your name?
My name is Amy.
Excellent. Amy, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, mint chocolate chip. Definitely mint chocolate chip.
Nice. And do you go with toppings or no toppings?
Usually no toppings. I find it's just good by itself.
I think so, especially with mint chocolate chip.
Yeah,
You
what
know
else
how
do
to
you
add
need?
to it.
Yeah.
Possibly sprinkles, but you never know. Final question. Are you on Team Cup or Team Cone?
I think cone. There's something nostalgic about a cone.
Thanks so much.
No problem.
Order Up is hosted and produced by Matt Ardill,
Mary Kennedy,
Larry Kane,
Kelly Zemeckis.
and original music is by Rebecca McDonald.